Another day, another hunt spent here in the mountains of Sundarpatan, and of course, we are still going after that elusive diamond snow leopard, and in the meantime, chasing things like rare yak, rare female tar for a great one multi-mount, and honestly, a lot of other stuff, so there's plenty to go after today. Hopefully, we can cross one or more of those trophies off the list. And I would say a good sign, starting off with a snow leopard pretty quickly here, just a female fleeing track. But it is in this server pretty late. It's almost 1800. So for one, we're going to be dealing with low light conditions, but we've had varying degrees of success at different times of day, and we haven't messed with late in the evening much. So we'll see how it goes, but getting onto one this quick is probably a good thing. There she is. Just a little level 2. And we actually have the 308 Olsen today. So even though that angle's not great, think we can get her. Goodness. Little better performance than we get out of the 6.5. I've really enjoyed bringing that because that is what we shot our troll snow leopard with, and I've continued to use it just kind of hoping it brings us some kind of good luck, but man, when you can do that with a more powerful weapon, maybe that's the move. That might be worth playing back in slow motion because she just like face planted and slid for a minute there. Ends up, naturally inside of a rock there, but anyway. Oh, what? How do we do that? Never in a million years are we going to do that again. Right through the brain? How was I that far off? Oh, you know what I bet we did? I'm almost certain of it. I think I screwed up the zeroing again. Because if you kind of extrapolate that, if we hit lower, it's front of the lungs, what are the odds we're 0 for 300 right now? Yep. Made for an epic moment, so not going to complain, but man, I talked about it in the Yukon hunt. We just need to get the muscle memory to, get used to what the zeroing changes are now compared to what they were before. Tried to go to 150 and clearly went right to 300. I think in that case it actually worked. Well, thanks to the wonders of multiplayer, namely getting chased by ATVs and other such things, we're into another server. It is daylight, and we do have another snow leopard track, so not a max weight SM1, maybe a chance at a rare or something, but I think it's always good to try to track these things down and get them anyway, even if it would be later in a hunt. Since they chase things around, they can move quite a bit. Maybe that eliminates getting a call and spending even more time tracking it down the line. So there's a feed zone. Surely that's going to be pretty old. We might have some tracking to do on this guy. That's the 9 to 12 zone. It's actually not that bad. Still no disturb edge, know if it's a rare, but it actually shouldn't be too far away then. Oh boy. We've got a blizzard rolling in. That's probably not going to make this any easier. And by the way, we were actually on the wrong tracks. The zone had just ended, so the tracks we were following was him going to his old zone, not the fleeting track. So we're even further behind him. Blizzard's coming in. You can hear it. It's coming right up at us here, I think. Or actually, it's coming from behind us, I guess, based on the wind direction. There's some thunder. This ought to be fun. There he is. So just a level 7. Of course, we know by now he is the snow variant from the Star Veg. Try to get that little bit of a broadside angle if we can. Don't think we're gonna get it, so just gonna try to get something. That may be a vital. I mean, the last one wasn't a good example because it was a brain shot, but not only are we trying to overcome the struggles of multiplayer, and that is just what you deal with, we also get to try to overcome the blizzard here. Look at the trees bending over. If you haven't seen the blizzards yet, it's some of the coolest weather in the entire game. So that is, I think, yeah, that's Vital Blood. So not bad, all things considered. 2 for 2 on lethal hits, although the first one, we kind of hit the skull. But this guy should be a gold being a 7. He is indeed. 27.32 vertebrae in right lung. And I think before long, that guy with the snow variant, the entire ground is going to be a snow variant by the looks of things. Well, here we go. Snow leopard number 3 on the hunt. I think we've only shot snow leopards thus far. This one's kind of veering back and forth. Ah, we're 0 did it again. 0 for the wrong range. I don't know if it clipped it there or not. That time just a level 2 female. And the blizzard seems to be rolling in more and more. We're actually kind of facing it now. Still brought that one down pretty quickly, but no doubt we hit way high on that. The shots are a little bit cooler when you accidentally brain shot them, but man, The weather might be the highlight here regardless of what kind of shot we get. It's so cool to see it like ripping through the trees like that. There's our caramel female, and it was, I'd call it a perfect shot, just too high because of our zeroing. 21.83 score nonetheless. And where we were trying to go was over here between these two lakes. That's often a good spot. I'm curious if, because one thing I don't know about blizzards, if it's the entire mountain or like an area of them. We'll see, because we're kind of moving away from it with it at our backs now. We'll see if we continue to have it around us or if we outrun it, but I really want to see the snow come down. It eventually does. Well, that was only a matter of time. Got a level 7 yak chasing us, and unfortunately, we either did outrun that blizzard, or it just stopped and never snowed, which is kind of unfortunate. I was really hoping to just get to hunt through it for longer, but moving this direction, having hunted the east side already, there wasn't a lot of point in staying there, especially for snow leopards. They're so spread out, there's so few of them. Obviously, we have to cover ground, but that guy ends up being a 240 gold, and sadly, wow, it took a long time to claim. I'm a little worried about ping, but anyway, sadly, we're hunting bare ground and not snowy ground. Well, go figure. Right as we find another snow leopard, we've got some snow starting to fall. I think it's just slow into a trot there. There's a little bit of an opening we may be able to get a shot. Need to get it respotted first. Did she cut further downhill? There she is. Okay. Before she gets out of sight, zero for the correct distance. That works pretty darn good when we hit them where we mean to. It's so interesting with snow leopards. I feel like when you're into them, you find them pretty consistently. But when you're just not having any luck, it can be hours in between. And honestly, I think that charging yak we shot was probably close to an hour ago. So hopefully we're back into them, we shall see. But intestine stomach right lung on this one. And by the way, in this server, we're having issues as per usual with multiplayer, disconnect, stuff like that. It is yak drink time. So we're going to go and check this lake here, see if we can maybe find any kind of trophy yaks. And on our way, I think that's now our 4th snow leopard of the hunt. So what's kind of interesting about this particular video, this is a several day hunt across multiple servers, and we're probably 5 or 6 hours into hunting through the mountains up here. So I think we're likely to see more snow leopards as a result of it. I'm not so sure how we did that. Must have shot a little too far back. Maybe saved him there with 308. At least we zeroed for the proper range. But after spending so many hours up here, not finding anything too special thus far, I'm really hoping eventually we have some kind of breakthrough. And it is, by the way, yak drink time. So scooting down to check these couple of lakes, right in this area, is often a really good spot for snow leopards. So that does look like we gut shot that one, unless we somehow got vitals up here on the follow-up shot, which had to have been right here somewhere. There it is. I think we're gonna end up with a silver for that. Spooked one yak there. I don't know if we were in range to spook any with the shots. We'll probably have to look at tracks. And then no organ sit. So we do have a silver. 26.69 shot was just back at 89 meters. Tracked that one about a kilometer, but it brought us right down here to our lakes. Man, that's a heck of an estimate on a yak. 276 minimum, maybe the highest I've seen. Couldn't tell what the fur was. If we just scoot down through here, kind of spot everything over on this end, make sure we're not missing anything else, we can at least try to take that guy out. I think that's dark brown. Looks pretty darn good from here. And I think we're gonna have to alert him. So got our 338. Let's zero for the right range axis before we do anything. Okay, there's 150. Gotta get used to that. As soon as he turns, we should be good for this. That feels about right. Definitely took the shot, zeroed for 150, and his health is going down. Just gonna hit him one more time since he really paused there for us. That'll help us with the tracking. Might not. Is he gonna get out of there? I don't know. We might have to sit here and wait for him to float over. So not much going on the east side, and he is gonna float, so we might as well just stand here. But the side of the check over here on the west side, that is a diamond yak. It's a guarantee, but just how big is he gonna be? Maybe we need to survive this. Wrong distance again. Typically you'd go from 300 to 75. But I don't think we can just do that so simply anymore. First shot didn't really hit where we wanted. Oh my goodness. Those are fleeing, right? I think. We're gonna die. Okay, I don't know how I got the 22, but this is great. Are they all after us? Oh my goodness. Okay. That one went to fleet. What? Alright. I think that's taken care of. Is there anything else attacking us? That one's dead. That one's dead. Okay. Well, somehow we lived. 217 silver for that. You know, our legendary is about halfway across the lake. This guy is going to be a 234 gold. Really hope we don't get kicked, causing so much pressure. It wasn't intentional. The zone's still there, so that's good. And the slowest floating yak of all time has finally gotten here. 280, I think it says. 0.74, not bad. Right shoulder blade and right lung the first time, right lung on the follow-up. Sure is nice to actually shoot with the proper zeroing, and we almost screwed it up as well. Not too bad, really nice fur. I think this is our second 280 plus. It's really cool to get one, you know, that eclipses that mark. Got a little above the 900 session score, probably because we took the follow-up. And at the very least, we've got something out of spending all this time up here. My hope is, and by the way, I think this is that female that we shot in the water. My hope is, maybe we can just follow this road all the way along and find some other snow leopards, but figured we'd stop up here, and minus the chaos, we ended up with a pretty nice kill. So just stomach liver on that takes care of that one, and I think the last one we actually shot, and we can be on our way. Well, our strategy's working. Got ourselves another male snow leopard, this time a level 7. The lower weight estimate again, though. And can we get a quick shot? Of course, he paused. We have no breath. That's gonna get him. And when we use the correct zeroing, I think that's gonna get him without a brain shot. But we literally got the track not far after we claimed our last yak, and has wrapped us all the way back around to the back end of the lake. And I guess maybe we'll try checking down in here, seeing what's in that area too. Wasn't really part of the plan, but it is nice to get to take this many snow leopards in one video. Shot, all things considered, ended up pretty good. 27.14 score in gold, so better than that last one. And I don't even know, that's 6 or 7 so far today? Good to see, but no real big ones yet. Well, we've got a chance. Actually, I just saw it. Max Red Mint Snow Leopard. Ah, it's a mythical. Dang, I was really hoping, because this is probably going to be our last kill of the hunt. I thought maybe we were going to clutch it. I don't even know that we clutched the shot. Okay. Probably a good thing we took the shot. See, the tracks disappeared. The animal will stay. I hope we get liver or something, because tracking it's going to be a lot more difficult. I don't see hunting pressure yet. Okay, it died. So clearly we hit intestines. And so in reality, even though it ended up being a bad shot, and like really bad in the intestines, 27.99 is a kind of smaller mythical anyway. And the main point I wanted to make, if we didn't take the shot right then, I'm not so sure we would have gotten him, at least not easily. So even though I intended to end the hunt at that, I decided to spend a little more time in multiplayer, and the very last spot I checked before calling it quits produced one more cool kill. Well, that is just an absurd estimate on a blue sheep, 163 minimum, and goes all the way up to 181. That's a nice looking one there. But that guy looks like yellow fur is going to be gigantic. I mean, 164, 165 seems to be as big as they get. Hoping maybe we can have a 165 plus. So first things first, zero for the proper distance. Make sure we get that correct. Actually, I think that'll work. No big deal. Got him down. I was going to try to alert him and maybe move around to a better angle, but I think having something like that and being zeroed for the proper range with the 308, that's a shot we can take. So, gonna go around here and check it out. Our biggest one I think is 165.18. Really cross my fingers he tops that. Looking pretty darn good up close. You can really see the mass when you get up to him. It's crazy in the distance, it just doesn't show, but let's see what we've got. 164.87, so not our biggest, but definitely as far as yellow fur goes, that one will be our biggest. I believe our yellow fur diamond before was a level 4, so much improved. Lung and liver with that shot, almost max weight, about a half a kilo shy. Pretty nice little kill here, and just more hours going into the snow leopard hunt. At least it's producing something, frankly. This was the last spot I was checking. Just decided to run down here and check this lake. produced a pretty nice blue sheep that's going to find a place in the trophy lodge. So that diamond blue sheep kind of threw everything off, because we were supposed to end the hunt at the mythical snow leopard, but I kept on hunting, ended up getting one more thing. But we already have our 280.7 diamond yak up here in the main lodge. It is cool to see, because this I think was our first diamond yak. He was 275.4, and it was June 13th, so it would have been. It's neat to see like how much bigger actually the 280 is when you really look at that. It's notably larger, the horns are longer, I think they're more massive, especially around the bases. It's a really neat thing to actually compare. And I think what we're gonna do, on Friday's live stream, we kind of completed our wall of diamond nilgai here. I really never intended to make a wall of diamond nilgai, it sort of just happened. So we're just gonna take this center one here, we'll take that down, we'll put our 164.88 diamond blue sheep in its place, and I really do hope, by the way, that they make the blue sheep able to go on one size smaller of the plaque, because right now that's kind of a lot of wall space to take up, and they don't do it super well. But as for now, we'll leave that there, one more addition, just by checking one more spot at the end of the hunt, and I do think on that note, that's going to do it for this video. So hopefully, down the road we can continue putting in a bunch of hours like that. Maybe we find another max weight snow leopard track that leads to a diamond as opposed to a mythical. But I think for now, that will do it. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.